Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today we're going to be talking about two new guns in Battlefield Hardline DLC Criminal Activity. This is the SG510 and the KSG12. Now this is the second battle rifle coming out for the Enforcer class in Criminal Activity next to the FNFAL. This gun, however, has a much slower rate of fire, shooting at only 600 rounds per minute where the FAL shoots at 700 rounds per minute. And you might be thinking, oh, that's not that big a deal, but when your guns are doing 43 damage maximum, that rate of fire adds up very quickly. As far as the attachments go, you do have the option to actually extend the magazine of this weapon should you not want to be using something like armor-piercing rounds, which is a new option in the Criminal Activity DLC. And if you want to know more about that, watch the FAL video that came out yesterday. Now, by default, this gun can hold 24 rounds per magazine, and if you use the extended mags, that ups it to 29. Plus the one in the chamber, you do a reload and you'll have 30 bullets to shoot. Although we don't have exact damage stats on this, I imagine it's doing 43 maximum and 25 minimum, just like all the other battle rifles in the game, as it shoots a 7.62.51 caliber round, which is pretty much identical to what most of the other battle rifles fire. So that being said, the gun hits like a truck. If you can get some headshots in there, you're going to drop your opponents in no time at all, even at longer ranges. And you have plenty of ammo to engage multiple targets without needing to reload. So it's a pretty substantial weapon all in all. Do I like it more than the FAL? Well, probably not all in all, because that FAL shoots a lot faster and can drop people so incredibly fast. It is the new powerhouse in Battlefield Hardline, but this gun does have a lot of things going for it. The recoil was very easy to control, and having a larger magazine capacity means that you can engage people at long distances and have plenty of ammunition to take out one or even two targets. So, especially playing on the backwoods map, you had a lot of opportunities to just decimate people at further ranges. As for medium and close quarter combat, there's probably a lot of better options out there as far as battle rifles go, and of course the Enforcer gets shotguns as well, so if you're going for a close range class, you have a lot of shotgun options, although I haven't seen the shotguns updated to perform like they do in Battlefield 4 with more pellet counts and a more consistent spread, so until it gets that update, then I won't necessarily recommend shotguns, but I think that the Visceral team is working on implementing that shotgun update into Hardline, so that's kind of exciting for shotgun users. And speaking of shotguns, let's move on to the KSG12. Now this shotgun has got a cool design. It's got a bullpup feeding mechanism and a dual chambered magazine, which means it can hold a lot of rounds. And the real life version, I believe, can also switch between the chambers. So if you wanted, you could put different shells in different chambers. You could have flechette rounds in one chamber and buckshot in the other chamber and alternate at will. Unfortunately, you can't do that in game, but that would be a very, very cool feature. The easiest way to kind of wrap your head around this weapon is it's the Hardline's version of the UTS-15. Both of those shotguns are very similar in their design. This one is just made by Keltec, the same company that makes the RFB DMR for Battlefield 4. Now, it's certainly one of the shortest shotguns in the game, so it means that if you're cornering or hiding in a corner, your weapon isn't going to stick out around that corner and give away your position. So it's a small benefit of the weapon, but just something kind of cool to think about. The gun is a pump action shotgun, which means slower rate of fire, but generally speaking it also means higher pellet count per shot in Battlefield games anyway, so it means each shot is going to do a little bit more damage. And having a high damage shot with 14 rounds in your magazine means you have a lot of damage potential with this shotgun. Unfortunately, you just have these sort of older shotgun mechanics that haven't yet been updated, so hopefully we'll see that shotgun update and then the KSG12 can be a real powerhouse, because at the moment it's just a little too inconsistent for my liking. One thing I did notice though is that even when you reload the weapon, you can't get 15 rounds in the weapon. Instead you stop at 14 rounds, which I don't believe is realistic, because each chamber should be able to hold 7 rounds, which you add together as 14, plus the one in the chamber. So you should be able to fit 15 rounds in this shotgun. I'm not sure why the reload process stops at 14. Now it does appear that they're trying to add new ammo types to probably every single type of weapon class in the game, and they've started off with the battle rifles with the armor piercing rounds and shotguns with breaching rounds. Now, a breaching round is something that you can switch to on your shotgun. It'll just alternate and switch into breaching round mode. It shoots this giant fireball in front of you, and it'll knock doors off their hinges, and I guess sort of make holes in walls, but not do that great of a job of it. It will kill people in extremely close quarters, but then again, so will your normal buckshot. So I just don't see really what the point of the breaching round is. I mean, you can take down doors off their hinges with grenades, with a sledgehammer, or pretty much any other explosive device, not to mention taking doors off their hinges just really isn't that useful of a thing. I did kill one person who was behind a closed door with a breaching round. That was kind of cool, but I imagine that happening very infrequently, so much to the point where it's pretty much not worthwhile running a breaching round. Now, I didn't really try the breaching round on vehicles, but it would be kind of cool if they did some sort of extra damage to vehicles, and that's something I'll have to test out a little bit further. Overall, though, the KSG12 is a fine shotgun. I mean, it performs a lot like the other ones out there. I would probably use one of the standard pump action shotguns at the moment, at least until they upgrade the shotgun spread so it's a bit more reliable, like the new Battlefield 4 system. Granted, I think Battlefield 4 might have even gone a little bit overboard with how some of the shotguns got rebalanced, but overall I think we're heading in the direction of more reliable, more enjoyable shotgun usage. Anyway, that wraps it up for this preview of the SG510 and the KSG12. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.